video cut off. The video cut off, you know. But let me just finish this up before I close out, okay? That might be a sign for me to just start packing it up. But let me just finish this up before I close out, okay? Revelation 11. Wow. Revelation 11 from verse 8 now. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. And this, of course, is going into the dead being those that are without understanding, those that are without the wisdom, knowledge and understanding of Yahweh about your child. It's written. They that, let me get that. They that stray away from the path of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Okay? And the congregation of the dead are the people that are in this world. Okay? Let me get that. And the congregation of the dead are you people that are still in the world. So this is the book of Proverbs 21 verse 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Okay, so if you are going off in doctrine, whether you know you are an Israelite, whether you know that the MOTB is the chip, whether you know that Esau Edom is the so-called white man, no matter what, if you go off in doctrine, you are in the congregation of the dead. Okay, and that's what this is speaking about when it talks about their dead bodies. Okay, are people that have wandered out of the way of understanding. And you know, you have so many of our people that are still in that state. Even though you have so many of our people that are woken up as well, you also have the two sets that are still in the congregation of the dead. And now continuing on. Alright. Revelation 11 verse 10. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth. Alright, so when that time comes, you know, these people out there, they're going to be celebrating, they're going to be happy that, you know, look, those Hebrew Israelites, you know, those black identity extremists, okay, because everybody is cool with the KKK, you know, everybody is cool with the white militia, the alt-right and everything like that, but suddenly, you know, you're hearing about black identity extremists, which of course we're not even that, you know, while the Hebrew Israelites, okay, we do not identify with the term black, but you know how Esau Edom is, the accuser of the brethren, you know, the false accuser, the devil that the Bible speaks of, okay, come out and falsely accuse us of things that we never said or did. We never call ourselves black, you know, we don't have it, you know, we don't subscribe to the ideology of black, okay, so we're not even identifying ourselves as black, okay, because we're just simply the Hebrew Israelites, not even the black Hebrew Israelites, okay. Anyway, continuing on. When the people see that, oh, we've put those that were against the beast system, okay, which is going into the mainly the Hebrew Israelites, we put them, you know, in the concentration camps, okay, and we put them to death, you know, we've done whatever we will with them, right? And the other Israelites as well, you know, the Israelites didn't wake up. That's why you see all these people out there in the world, man, they're going to be celebrating, you know, sharing gifts with each other. And this, of course, is also going into the transatlantic slave trade as well. When our people were in that completely dead state, okay, when Esau Edom put our people in captivity, and you know, everybody had their hands in the transatlantic slave trade. Ishmael, Moab, Ammon, okay. Here you heard about Yaskeh, right? Guess what? Yaskeh was a jake, okay, that was sold from the hand of the Edomites into the hand of the Ammonites, because they'll make it seem as though, you know, Yaskeh was some kind of warrior and all that, you know, glorify him and all that, you know, or an important person in black history. Guess what? Yaskeh was a slave, okay? He was in captivity under the hand of those Ammonites, you know, with your Nobunaga, Oda, and all those people. You go into their history, man. Yaskeh was still a slave, was still in captivity. So you Ammonites also had a hand in our captivity, because you are still buying, you know, Hebrew Israelite slaves from the Edomites, okay? So all these nations were involved in our captivity. And the same thing was happening in Moab as well. You know, ancient or whatever, imperial, whatever time you want to use for China. The same thing was happening with them as well. They were also buying Israelite slaves as well. So all these nations had a hand in our captivity. So all you nations are going to go into, are going to receive the after captivity as well. because they were part of that. You know, they were rejoicing in seeing the Hebrew Israelites in captivity. They were buying and selling and trading gifts. Those gifts being our people, okay? But let's continue on, you know, because if people out there, you think that it's just going to be slavery and then that's it, you know. These Edomites think that they are not going to pay for what they did to our people. But let's continue reading on. Revelation 11 verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them, you know. And this, of course, is going into the salvation. Alright, and then they get that as well in the book of Ecclesiastes, or is it, sorry, I think it's Wisdom of Solomon, so like that. Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 5 verse 1, and it reads, Wisdom of Solomon 5 verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, This was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High, Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, and his lot is among the saints. And that's right, you know, when that deliverance comes, after the 3 days and a half, after Jacob's trouble, okay, when you see the elect being beamed up by the clouds, they're being beamed up by the chariots of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, and you standing there, realizing, okay, you standing there and you're realizing what had just occurred, you know, that the Israelites, okay, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Native Americans, okay, the elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, the men that you condemned, you call them Black Hebrew Israelites. You said, oh, they were terrorists, that they are being beamed up and being delivered by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, okay, and you are about to face that same, you know, the wrath of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Then you realize, okay, that. No, let me just read it from here. Revelation 11 verse 12. Sorry, Revelation 11 verse 13. And the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted, and gave glory to the God of heaven. And this remnant is going into once again the elect that will be delivered, because in that day, man, the only people that will be giving praises, honor, and glory unto you, how about you, our side, are the elect that will be delivered. And the 7,000 men that were killed in that earthquake and killed in that destruction, and killed in the destruction of the city, which of course is going to Babylon the Great. It's going to be, of course, the elect, okay? While the rest of the people that are in Babylon the Great, I don't get beamed up, okay? I don't get delivered. You are all going to be destroyed, okay? Going to be killed and thrown into that lake of fire and burned for all eternity, man. I'm born for all eternity, man, because you hidden from the destruction, you are going straight into captivity, okay? You are going straight into that hellish situation we always speak about, okay? Which is captivity under, yes, the Israelites, okay? So let me see whether there's more I can get in this. See, that's all that is going into, you know? That's all that is going into, okay? Yeah. So I think I'm not going to end this right here, you know? So with that, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rachak Wadash, Wa Abad Babal, Shalom.